Welcome to More Than a Few Words, a marketing conversation for business owners. This is your host, Lorraine Ball. And one of the things that I always talk about is how important your email list is
Mm.
to your business. But how do you grow that list? Well, that's what I'm going to talk to Donna Peterson about today. Donna is the CEO of World Innovators. They're a renowned B2B family owned marketing agency with more than 4 decades of experience in the industry. She has a passion for fostering authentic relationships among individuals and businesses, and that's really the cornerstone of her success. She firmly believes that building strong bonds with employees, vendors, customers is paramount to long term growth and success. We are totally on the same page. Donna, welcome to the show.
Welcome, Lorraine, and thank you so much for having me.
I really appreciate it. I've been looking forward to this conversation, and I can tell that we have very similar attitudes on email and on mailing lists. Why don't you tell me why you're so passionate about that?
Well, our company was founded 43 years ago by my mother. And at the time, we were just a list company. So brands like Frost and Sullivan, Forrester, Caltech were looking for mailing lists. Because
Mhm.
remember, 43 years ago, there were no email list people. So if you wanted to promote your programs or your reports, you needed good quality lists. And my mother at that time went around the world talking with industry specific publishers to dive deep into how are your subscribers? How do you keep them clean? How do you keep them updated? And that is what started our foundation in that list aspect of marketing. And of course, today it's just continued across email and then into banners. And it's down to getting your message out in front of the right audience so that we're not all just crowding up the marketplace. We are
Mhm.
speaking to your target space.
And you really hit the nail on the head with the phrase right audience.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how many people hear about you, read your emails, if they are not in the market and never will be. So I want to grow my list,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe it's a physical mailing list, maybe it's an email list. What are some things I can do to grow a high quality list, not just junk people who aren't really interested anyway?
I'll emphasize you want to concentrate on quality over quantity. And the first thing you have to do, and this is a hard thing, is you've got to sit down and look at the list you have right now. You have to clean that up. You know, all of us started at one point or another, and it was quantity. So we just,
Mhm.
as even ourselves as a marketing company, we didn't care. B2B, B2C, US, international, it didn't matter. We wanted to work with you. And so our customer list for a while was huge, but was it targeted to our specific audience? No. So the
Mhm.
first thing a company has to do is sit down with their own house list, clean it up. And I mean, not only clean it up, making sure you have valid emails, but make sure it is towards the target people that will want your products and services.
That was the hardest thing that I did because I started doing email marketing when email marketing was just coming up, 2002, 2003. Anybody and everybody ended up on my list. I had 10,000 names.
Mhm.
But the truth is, I probably had only about 3,000 people that really cared. And it was painful to get rid of those
Oh,
other people.
it's like cutting off fingers almost. It's like, no.
Absolutely, but it was totally the right thing.
Yeah.
But I did. I cleaned it up, and of course, your open rates go up,
Yeah.
and now you can really see the differences in the campaigns. So I've got my list clean.
Yes.
What's my next step?
Well, now you start to really fine tune who is your target audience. We all know that 80-20 principle.
Mhm.
80% of your sales comes from that 20% of your list. Know that 20%. And I don't mean just know them by title and industry, I mean know them. Know
Ah,
where they like to receive their content. Know what type of messaging they like to receive. All this information will help you change the content you're putting out in the marketplace. And now you can start maybe looking at external email lists or start doing some social media posts or some sponsorships with other entities that really target that specific niche audience.
that idea of cross promoting is so, so powerful because there are other people out there that are serving
Yeah.
your target customer.
Yes.
And and creating that cross promotion is such a powerful way to build the list.
Yeah.
You also mentioned just in general on social media, any tips for things that seem to work well to attract people? Because these days, just an invitation to join my list isn't very exciting.
Well, it's funny you should say that because I'm in the middle of a campaign right now for us internally. It is a LinkedIn Live series. And I've done it two ways. We've sent it to our email list. We've done some on LinkedIn, X, Instagram. LinkedIn has brought the most people,
Mhm.
and they have filled out a form to get those reminders because it's a 5-week series. And so now they're going to get a reminder, the morning of, saying, don't forget today at 12 o'clock, we have our 10-minute, it's a 10-minute, like quick little
Mhm.
bite on, you know, LinkedIn Live. And they signed up.
And they sign up, and that's really clever because it's not just download this document, because I think people are over the downloads,
Yes.
and what you've come up with is something that is valuable, easy to manage, high perceived value, but fairly easy to administer from your perspective.
It's easy to administer from our perspective. And for the individual, it's not a large time commitment. We all don't have a lot of time. We're all short on time. So 10 minutes a week, can you give up 10 minutes a week
Mhm.
on this topic? And apparently, yes, they can.
That's fabulous, and I do love the 10-minute format, obviously.
Obviously, you've done it with your podcast and it works because
It
10 minutes is enough to spark that interest, but also get the listener to get a nugget,
Mhm,
get a takeaway, and implement it.
mhm. Absolutely, and it earns you the right to ask for more information, invite people to a longer program, and be open to receiving other email communication from you.
Yes. But how many times have we all gone out to those trade shows and we come home with that list of things we want to do, but we don't ever implement it? 10 minutes, you get like one good thing. Hey,
Mhm.
that is easier to do. One thing I'm asking you to do every week for those 5 weeks.
Mhm,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's really interesting. I'm working with a small marketing company, and we meet for just very quick little 20-minute, 30-minute meetings. We just look at one thing, and I never answer all their questions. There's never enough time, but it's been so much fun because they can implement that one thing and move forward.
And then having those regular meetings, that brings in that accountability aspect.
Mhm.
It
Absolutely.
makes them implement it, so when you talk to them next and you say, "How did it go?" They have to
Mhm.
have an answer, you
Yes. Yes.
know?
All right. So coming back around to email lists,
Yes.
is there one last tip, one last thing I should keep in mind as we're wrapping up?
Yes, if you're looking for external sources, there's a lot of B2B databases out there that you can use and lists you can buy. I stress that you go to industry specific publishers. Why is they've already done their due diligence to make sure these people are definitely interested in information in the space. They use the list themselves so they keep it clean, updated, and compliant. I'm going to
Oh,
stress that word compliant. And then also, you get to kind of ride on their coattails because people know who they are. So now, if you send a message that it's XYZ magazine on behalf of so and so, it gives your company more validity. And I would definitely try that out.
That's brilliant because it is authority by
Yes.
association.
Yes.
Yeah, fabulous. Donna, this is fabulous. I am going to encourage anybody, if you're listening and you'd like to learn more, well, you want to head over to worldinnovators.com. I'm guessing they can sign up for your email list there.
Yes, they can. There is a sign up there, but also you can listen in on our podcast, which is on the YouTube channel, which I think you're going to put the handle there. And it's all good. You'll find us.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Oh, you're welcome, Lorraine. Thank you. I can always talk about marketing.
Me too.
All right, have a great day.
You too.
Thanks.
If If this is if you've enjoyed this conversation and would like to find other resources for your business, be sure to look for MTFW wherever you listen to podcasts. Listen to two, they're short. This has been another episode of More Than a Few Words. Thanks for listening.